This got to him a little bit, and there was also a few incidents involving nose picking that may or may not have been recorded on stream, and the result of that was pretty catastrophic because on one end, a lot of people made fun of him for this, but on the other, he took it very badly. And what would happen is when people would bring up these incidents or would say how much he sucks and all that in his chat, he would ban everybody. So he'd have the negative response. People would see that when people would trash talk him, it would affect him. And this is basically the internet trolls paradise. You can not only, originally, many years ago, internet trolls did this through forums. They would get the satisfaction from people's text, seeing them, how they would, be fooled or would become angry about ridiculous, frivolous things. But with live streaming, not only do you, see it happening, but you actually see it happening. It's a visual thing, and not only that, it's kind of like a community effort in some cases that pushes the trolling attempts to get the streamers angry. That it becomes kind of like a group event. It becomes like a cool thing. It becomes acceptable, and you're a troll, and you get the guy pissed off, and you see it. So, great stuff there. But when it comes to being the streamer, I never really minded this, but most people, I think, would. Most people, even though they like to not admit it, are very short-tempered. They don't take criticism very well. They feel offended when things happen. When things go wrong, they crumble. That's just how most people are from what I've seen. And for me, I've been a bit lucky. I've played a lot of video games, and most specifically, I've always had kind of a thick skin, but when it comes to creating an immunity, a divine shield, playing in a hardcore World of Warcraft raiding guild is just about the best thing for it. It's pretty much the cure to being offended, to being trolled, to feeling, bad when people talk about you. And this is because, well, when you play in World of Warcraft guild like Exodus, which is pretty much a bunch of vassals, but, a bunch of vassals that were really fucking good at World of Warcraft, let that be clear. You do something dumb, and, these are people you raid with every day. You do or say something dumb in like a boss encounter, for instance, and that would pretty much stay written in stone forever. I mean, people would do dumb stuff, and then 2 years later, when they would try a similar thing on a boss, we'd remind them and make fun of them and all that. And, this is kind of the environment that, it's kind of like the cool kids environment, at least these days. Don't think it was too detrimental to the effort as a team to move on because it was accepted by everyone. But being part of this let me understand that it's fairly irrelevant. If someone says you suck, fine. If someone says that you pick your nose and you do something once you've picked your nose, well, yeah, it happened. You can't really do too much about it. If you try to silence people, the opposite effect will happen. It's the internet. People do whatever they want, and the best way to handle things is to accept them. If you do something stupid, you say, yeah, I did something stupid. If you didn't do something as well as you could have, you admit that. If you feel you did something that was completely unacceptable, you admit that. You have to be very careful because on the internet, things that happen when you are like a streamer, when you are a personality, things that happen, people know, people remember. People know that, I'm an exploiter and I got banned from Guild Wars. I got, I got in a lot of interesting situations with Diablo 3. People don't forget this stuff, and you don't get a second chance. But it's not about being perfect. Nobody's going to be perfect in the situations, especially people who stream like me, 10 hours a day. You're gonna do stupid shit. You're gonna say stupid shit. You're gonna do stuff that people won't really like at all. But at the end of the day, if you explain yourself, if you're pretty honest, if you let people criticize you, everyone's going to be happy. And you might need some training, which obviously not everyone has. Oh well, hope you guys enjoyed my ramble. I know it wasn't too specific about anything, but when it comes to playing with others, when it comes to communicating with others, especially online, especially when playing games, and especially when playing games competitively, when people care about the result, a lot of this stuff goes down, and you really have to see what's important. If you're there because you want to kill some super difficult boss with, you know, the baddest World of Warcraft players in the world, then that's what you're there for. You're not there for them to pamper your ass and tell them and have them tell you about how good you are about all the things. So, yeah, it's about the games. Don't let the other shit bother you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. So playing Arena, playing with the new Max cards, I've understood things a little bit more. It wasn't...
Well played.